Good morning. Today I'm going to have you do something that I always have students do at the beginning of painting too, and that is to make something called a color grid. So you can see here, I have our, I'm calling it a sketchbook, even though we'll use a lot of this paper even for paintings. You can go ahead and paint right on the cover if you like. If you want to decorate the cover or do something with the cover, that's fine. You can go ahead and open it up. Know that we will paint for the most part on both sides of all of these sheets. So if you want to kind of think about planning ahead, that some sides will have practice on and sometimes some sides will have artwork on, that's sort of a way for you to sort of think about this. So here's my sketchbook page from last week, and here is practice from painting one today. So you can kind of see that that's what we're gonna do. So I have a paint set here that is the same colors that you guys have. I have the two yellows, the two reds, the two blues. I don't have the green that you have. I have the black. I think I gave you a cobalt turquoise as well. I would have that in a different paint set, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get you started today making this color grid. And so I won't need to show you all the colors. I'm just gonna get you started. So basically what this does is it shows you all the possible colors you can make out of the colors that I gave you, which is really great considering you have a really limited set of colors. And what we're gonna do is make little squares in our sketchbook. I've cut just a scrap of paper to use as a tracer. It's about as wide as my finger. You can do this and use some kind of tracer, or you don't have to. And you can just make squares. I know if I make squares, I don't do a really great job of keeping them in line. So you could also do this with a ruler, and we're making 1/2-inch boxes. I find it easier just to find a scrap. And so you can see I am tracing each side as I move along my paper with a pencil. And I'm leaving this little like channel in between. I'm gonna do this in both directions. So two sides, and I'll do it across the whole of the sheet of paper. It's just, I don't want my video to get too long, so I'm gonna try not to have this go long, and know that you guys can go ahead and finish this. So you'll start this today, and you will finish it over the course of the next few days. And I will post us an assignment later this week. So what this does is kind of gets you back working with watercolor. We'll talk about some watercolor techniques later this week too. Okay, I have enough, I think, to get us going. And I will finish this later on. You can also just do this freehand if you feel like you have really steady hands. So look, I can just try to keep straight, try to keep about a finger wide. So that's very possible to do too. However you can make this work is 100% okay, but you're going to be making a big grid on your paper, and they should be about 1/2-inch wide. This is something that artists do all the time, particularly if they get new color, to see what color they can make out of that new color. So I am going to now work, doesn't matter what order you do them in. I have some water, I have my paint. I need a mixing tray that I don't have. Oh, here, perfect. You will probably have to find something like this too. A plastic plate works great. But just to have a way so that you can mix your colors. So you can see I'm gonna move some yellow out here. onto my tray. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna skip this first one and I'm going to paint these next ones. And what this becomes is a grid of all the colors you can make. I said that already. Making sure that they're nicely vibrant. Sometimes when you have to do these charts, or when people do these charts, sometimes they make one half lighter, one half darker. You guys can go ahead and just leave them at full strength. So you can see I switched to the next red, or the next yellow. And I'm going across the top and the side at the outer edge with the colors that I have. Okay. Now here is the next step of this. I am going to take this color and mix it with this color to get this color. Now, when it's the yellow plus the yellow, it's going to just be that yellow, the same color. Yellow plus yellow is yellow. When I move here, it's yellow plus the golden yellow. So I'm going to take some of the golden yellow that I have over here on my mixing tray, and I'm going to mix them together and see what color they make. And that's the color they make. This color will also be right here. So you'll use each of these twice. Now this next one is the yellow plus the orange. Oops, that one has that other color mixed in it already. And I'm gonna do this for all the colors that I have, so I can see all the colors that I can make in my set, okay? And I'll keep going. Obviously the next red will go next on the sheet. And then this next one, this one down here then, red plus red will also be red. So you can kind of be economical about how you fill this sheet in. And think ahead to where you're going to use those colors again, which is sort of the smart way to do it. And now I'm going to mix this over here. And this one will be this pinky red mixed with the orangey red. Which gives me something that's close to what we would call a true red. And ta-da, I'm just gonna keep going. It's a little time consuming, but not terrible once you get in a rhythm of what your colors, what the mixes are. And like I said, you will benefit from finding some sort of little bit of a mixing tray. So, so that you have some place to go with the colors. And then just filling those spaces in one little bit at a time so you can see all the colors that you can make from the limited color palette that you have at home right now. Okay, have fun. Later this week, we'll also talk about some watercolor techniques. I know that that was a comment that a few of you had. You were like, oh, I haven't had painting for so long and I'm not really sure what I'm doing. This week will be our practice week. So we'll do some watercolor techniques and we'll do some different things like that this week so that you can kind of get back in the groove of making paintings and painting. So go ahead, mix all your colors together, see what you can build. Have fun.